I think we're all tired of opening up our closets and feeling like we have nothing to wear. And I have some news for you. Shopping is not going to help us solve that problem. After 10 years of being a stylist, I can safely say most of my clients have what they need in their closets already. They just need new ideas to generate new outfits out of what they already have. So today I'm sharing one of my favorite creative prompts to create a whole bunch of new looks. Welcome for those of you who are new, or even if you're not. My name is Alyssa. I'm a slow fashion stylist. What does that mean? It means I help you style what you already have by using creativity and compassion instead of overconsumption. Let's get into today's video. When I find myself frustrated with my closet and I don't have the budget to buy anything new, or I just don't want to add new things to my closet, I like to find a brand whose aesthetic is in close proximity to my own and pull inspiration from there. If you're triggered by looking at brand websites or social profiles, try to look for something old school like a magazine or maybe a TV show. But what's important here is choosing an inspiration that is aesthetic adjacent to yours. We don't want to go for something super wild. We want something that is easy, but that will just spark some new ideas in our head. Today I'm using one of my favorite Italian brands called LiuJo. I've never actually purchased directly from them before. I have some of their pieces secondhand, but I love the aesthetic. I think it's this perfect balance of Italian flair and sass, but the tailoring is classic and sharp and feels super classic, like it could last forever. The way they style things, I love their pieces individually. Anyway, I was scrolling through and I found this photo. I'm gonna put it up on the screen for you properly. This photo caught my attention, not necessarily for the vibe it's giving off. Instead of being sad that I'm not this cool or that I don't own any of these items, take this look and break out the fundamental elements of style, the common themes that I'm seeing in this outfit. And what this does is it pulls the focus from the garments themselves, like the knitted vest. I'm forced to go a little bit deeper and find those elements of art and style that really appeal to me. This does two things. Number one, it helps me hone my own personal taste, and it also makes me want to shop less and find more joy in what I already have. I'm gonna do this example with you. The common elements of style, the themes that I'm pulling out of this, right away I think of texture. There's this really cool, soft, slouchy leather bag with chain details. There's knit and denim. And then I'm also seeing a really great silhouette. Relaxed. Everything is a relaxed fit. The tailoring and the fit is exactly as it should be. This is what I love about Italian brands, you know? Like even when things are super big or super tight, the fit is just so on point. The proportions of this look are also really interesting to me. I like that there's a lot of volume on the bottom, and then it's kind of juxtaposed with almost nothing on the foot and something a little bit more fitted on top. So really there's like a lot of drama and focus happening on the denim. I love that there's a little injection of print. I love the layered necklaces. Another little styling tweak is that the top is sort of slouch tucked in-ish. I also noticed that the accessories call to each other, all three. There's a little bit of like a darker, I don't know if it's a burgundy or black in the sandal, but it definitely brings in the dark purse. Oh, I also liked how the colors were like really soft. There wasn't a lot of contrast in there, except for the dark bag. And I love how the belt and the sandals are cohesive. Italians are so good at this. They're so good at matching their accessories, but not. I love the big sunglasses. Also adds a little bit of drama. If everything I just talked about, like proportion and silhouette, if that feels kind of foreign, then buy my Elements of Style course. I don't usually push my things, but this is a very helpful thing that I created. It's really affordably priced. It goes through all of the elements of style that go into building an outfit cohesively. I want us to not have to think so hard about what we put on every morning. And once we start thinking of our clothes in terms of shapes and structures and colors and textures, it actually becomes so much easier to get dressed. You've got to do a little bit of like that front-loaded work in order to get dressed with ease in the morning. Anyway, now that I've isolated and identified the elements that appeal to me the most, I can go into my closet and look for those things. And I'm just gonna like pull a bunch of pieces. I'm not gonna build any outfits right away. I'm just gonna take a bunch of things, put them on my rack, and then we'll build some looks from there. You know what? Maybe I'll walk you through this part also. I'm gonna grab this. There was no chambray shirt at all in the inspiration, but there was denim. there was relaxed fit. This hits both of these. Do I have... Oh, I have this knit. Could be cool. Not denim, but wide and slouchy. I thrifted this beautiful vintage knit sleeveless top, almost identical to the inspiration. And you know what I did? I decluttered it. I let it go. I remember hesitating on that one. Not that much here, not gonna lie. I don't have a lot of bigger volume things, but what if the big volume comes from the top? Ooh. And then we do the texture on the bottom. This is feeling a bit better, if a little bit rogue. This process is good because it creates a mini capsule from which we can create multiple outfits. We can mix and match all of these items and they'll be cohesive just because we're using that same objective and inspiration from the top. Color palette's looking good, and I have to apologize for the state of my wardrobe. I still have not organized it and like zhuzhed it the way I want post Italy. I just haven't had time, but thank you for bearing with me. Let's try some things on. know these looks don't come close to the inspiration photo, but that's the whole point. I didn't want to carbon copy the look. I wanted to inject my own style personality, and I could do that by breaking the inspiration down into basic elements of style and rearranging them to suit my own closet and my own life. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know if you liked it. Let me know if you have other designers you want me to do this with in the description box below, and I will see you in the next slow fashion video. Don't forget I've got that course about elements of style. Thank you so much for watching and for being here. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it or if you learned something new. Hit subscribe if you haven't already, and I know I already said this, but I will see you in the next slow fashion video. Ciao!